Let's talk about taxes just for a second, so we can get to the main topic of the video. We'll talk about how one tax plan will lead to a combined rate of at least 62% for those making more than $400K in some states, the highest increase in 3 decades. 3 states will be hit hard by this. Taxpayers in California, New Jersey, and New York who earn more than $400K a year could face combined state and local income tax rates of more than 60%, which is quite a bit. Through various loopholes and such, they probably won't pay that much. But it is there, and that is a lot. And this is, I want to note, the Biden tax plan. Well, not everybody is happy with that. 50 Cent came out, was very vocal about not liking the new Biden tax plan, which I'm surprised he did, because you can't think independently, apparently, if you're part of a group. You're not allowed to do that. You got to think. You got to think with the mainstream, or they come after you. And we've seen this recently with Kanye West. Ice Cube is another one. They've been going after him real hard. And what I like about Ice Cube is he's not backing down. He's like, well, I don't really care. Okay, I got FU money. I'll do what I want, and I'll say what I want. I like that. I respect it. But 50 Cent comes out because naturally he thinks that this tax plan is ridiculous, and it is. Okay, I don't care how you feel about the wealthy, right? 62% is a very, very big tax. It's a very, very big tax rate. Now it's combined, by the way. Now this can be lessened if you get the hell out of Dodge, which a lot of people are. I got a segment coming up on that later. And that's before the tax proposals here. But this is a lot. You're going to see a lot of rich people leave certain cities and certain states, which is going to end up really hurting your state in the long run. You may not think about that, but it's true. You're going to see a lot of power shift state-wise in this country for sure over the next year. California, I don't know what California looks like. I've talked about them a few times. California, man, I would get out and move to a different state if and you know, not everybody is blessed with the ability to do that. Even for me, it'd be hard for me to leave where I'm at for certain situations. But if you're capable and you can, get out. Get out. Especially California and New York. Now, I actually haven't heard a lot about New Jersey. This is the first negative thing I've heard about New Jersey, and that's because of the certain tax rates that are going to hit them. That's if Biden wins. And who knows if he will or not, I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look and see what 50 Cent has to say and at the backlash he's getting. And it's a lot, trust me. So here's the headline. I don't care what Trump says. 50 Cent endorses president after rejecting Joe Biden's 60% plus tax plans for anyone earning over $400K in some states. So they have the tweet here, and it's got him freaking out at this top tax rates by state under Biden tax plan. California, 62.6%. Of course, naturally the highest in California. I've done a couple videos. I've got another video I'm planning on doing on California in the next couple of days because they've got some crazy restrictions coming up for next month for holidays. And I got to talk about it. I just can't believe the stuff that's going on in California. New Jersey at 60, New York State at 58, New York City at 62. And he says, what the F? Vote for Trump. I'm out. New York Knicks never win anyway. 62% is a lot if you live in New York City. I don't see the benefit. New York City's falling apart too. And there's so many reasons for these cities falling apart. A lot of it has to do with the fact that you can just work at home now. And it's probably going to be the standard for a lot of companies. So you don't need to live in New York City anymore, which is a big blow to them because a big part of their economy is real estate and rentals, and a lot of people just aren't moving in. So they're sitting, I forget what the percentage is, so I don't want to quote a number, but it was, I believe I talked about it in a video. Like, there's a large number of vacant apartments in New York City, particularly like in Manhattan and stuff, that are just sitting vacant. And that's devastating for them. They need these to fill. You know, it's all about supply and demand. And if there's no demand, that's really going to hurt them. So New York City is in a lot of trouble. And they just keep running into the ground. California, like I said, next year it's going to be really interesting because I don't think things are really going to get better in 2021. We're probably looking at until 2022 until things get somewhat back to normal. So I really wonder what California and New York City are going to look like. And this is bad for the whole country too if they don't do better. It's really sad. But so the one thing that he says in here about Trump not liking black people, I think he really means that, because here's this picture of him back in 2016, by the way. Me and my president, maybe only in America. So it's so funny how he didn't become racist until 2016. Yeah, everything just changed. He became a totally different person that year, even though nothing was going around about him being that way before 2016. But, anyway, I don't want to get... That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is 50 Cent. So, naturally, he doesn't want to give up 60% of his income. So, everyone starts smearing him now because, of course, he's not allowed to have his own line of thought. How dare he go against the mainstream? And he's trending. I want to go over some of the stuff here, some of the reactions. David Levitt, by the way. Do you remember this guy? This is the guy who blasted Target Tory. Remember that woman who was like a cashier or a manager at Target? And this guy with like 200,000 Twitter followers blasted her because she wouldn't give him a toothbrush for 1 penny. And he tried to cancel her. Some woman that works at Target, just trying to get by. This guy tries to use her as his amusement on Twitter. He got massive backlash. Well, he's still around. Calling him a selfish piece of S, which is funny, considering what you do to people, David. Man, that was so nasty what he did. Worked out really well for Target Tory, though. She got I think $50,000, $20,000 or something through a GoFundMe by Carp Dankdom. He started one, like a GoFundMe for, and she ended up taking this Hawaiian vacation and stuff. It was pretty cool. That was thanks to David being a jerk. I got one right here. Pay your fair share. You're rich. Stop acting broke. I mean, he pays a lot of tax. Rich people pay a lot of taxes, but man, 62%. I hate to get on here and defend rich people. Rich people are vital in many ways to jobs and the economy and stuff. So is the solution really running them out of... A lot of them will leave the country. Then you're not going to get any taxes from them. All right? And then what you're going to talk about raising taxes on corporations too. Well, then they're just going to leave the country too. I mean, I don't want to get into that too much. This is all about 50 Cent's backlash. The point with him is the fact that, for one, it seems to me, and after watching this with Ice Cube and Kanye West, now 50 Cent, if you're a black man, or probably even a black woman, and you decide to speak out against the mainstream, they're going to come after you. It's almost like, how dare you turn against the mainstream? How dare you have your own independent thinking? It's really kind of strange, and honestly is kind of racist. But they seem to not recognize that. I don't quite understand what's going on there with that. But the reactions, there's so many reactions trashing this man just because he doesn't want to give up 62% of his income, which is insane. So you can see a lot of the reactions here. I'll scroll through them. The David one, man, I can't. That guy, what he did was so disgusting. JT Lewis, you can take a look. There's even more. I can go over here because he is trending, and you can see a lot of the responses here. They got like this one. I like this one. White liberals and 50 Cent mentions right now. I guess black people aren't allowed to think for themselves. Point out the obvious racism going on right there. And that for sure is. You can see it. But hey, they don't recognize that, and they're not going to talk about that. He's the one in the wrong. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear your thoughts on things. Also, if you would, please like and share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.